Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates.
Nyomukukunavu
mbagamba nti bulijjo nze am a strategist.
Otya
a strategist atunulira omuntu kyayagala
abala atunulira omuntu kyayagala.
I sympathize with those boys. Why? Balina a wrong perception about money, which is wrong. Ne balowooza nti bajja kuzimba ruling families ng'eze Kenya. But for you are killing your own people, you are evicting people from their land, they are itching to grab you given an opportunity. Sibe Kenya. Ebye Kenya biri bali banyaze ettaka abazungu ne babizimba and we are compensated £500,000. West German and Britain.
Okay.
Kaka don't compare the two. For you have grabbed the other one until they were freely distributed.
Wali eri bali gaba bulungi
mumunyaze kubana
wano bali nyakudde munyakuzi kuva ku
bantu
era abantu babeetegekedde kyotegeezaako gamba
kakati ekyokubiri they have never been suffered, they have never suffered a humiliating defeat.
But atabakubibwa
bajoga bakanyuka kasasiro nganze bali bankanyuze kasasiro. How can I be an advisor which is done by somebody who never went to school?
No, kucha presidential press secretary paka kwa advisor.
I will be humiliating my degree. I rather go home. Echokubi sida mukola nabo. 3 omuganda gamba ndi ofunda nendi kuzaya nendi kutta. They did not have any sympathy to me. The chairman said, let us force him to go to his village and rot. He must he must come and kneel before me. Who are you? I'm arrogant like you. I'm very arrogant. A super arrogant man. Bakuganti President Anyegako yabuta mwadda. Bukoze bikolo birinyi wano.
President yabatama.
That group yajita mwadda.
Nenga taina cha
naba disciplininga naba tekanda house arrest nabutwala nibokola settlement wali wako kantu kaba 5 billion mu banka nazikasizayo mu central bank nebudira nebulikabulla ettaka mu kampo mu ttaka lya aponye nebulya 5 billion ku Mandera aponye ani na nyiniyo
tetumanyi
president recent nampasirio billion yonazikwata
ani yazikwata.
This money is intended to popularize his son Muhozi atali Bobi Wine ndi Museveni mukwate sente ze ze mwalitidde akutte sente nti muzimu omusajja
ne Museveni tebakyamutia
ne bazijjawo ulira reason
Museveni tebakyamutia.
Museveni is giving him money to popularize his son. Wali gambi
nti wa kibiina ki
omwana mujozi omwana ekimuguddeko buli omwana mukolimidde mu government obuvubuka obwo bujoza abantu watuukira omuntu okubana akusesebula oba okoze abantu bansanyukira nnyo. I'm more popular than before. Nkutte ku kagulupu akatakwatibwangako eyali yerowooza ntajja kukwatibwako atutte bali mutta sheeke gulo yaŋŋambye titewerinanya nga okufa kulani etugaana okwerinanya kukufa tiddo okufa tetukwetwalamu bajja kukola ensobi ate bwe bageza mu katumba wamala esetback is good wali olabye gwe bassa omulala. They have been salary exposed. Kati oba president we bali banoonya bafune sente and that business was very lucrative. Omuntu nga bamutunda miliyoni ya $1
kati nga bagala sente za ba president
kugula
baga kwesimbawo 2026.
That's the NRM mentality. Money is like cosmetics. They help beautiful ladies. Omwaka tuteeka yunge mboko teyavuze
neka yunga nga munene Tamale.
Nze mbagamba abaana nabawa offer. I will never testify against you. I will never surrender my recorded tapes to embassies. But if you force me, I can do. Because many people are itching to take them. Nembaga sija genda Hague. Compensate me. Why? All efforts by the president to give me money to start a new life. Yalagira ko naba investment authority bampeyi kaseta katano ekumupoliti oyo nadduka nabakanga. A rich Mirundi is a nuclear bomb. Okay. If a poor Mirundi is a honey, test it. And a dead Mirundi will be more dangerous to you. Family of Mutushikala Moon. A one with you over. To what Shikala Moon to you? No. Bakunkumakenga Munera. A joker, you couldn't mutui. But it was set. Waliwo kano akanyenyo akono bakatwalanga 10 bakagambye ko kagenda 10 kano ko kadduka dakentwe nibugende wakalisa nga babadde 10 billion nebujegeza kwa nakadduka nazo kana akawunyenyo buli bubiri obuwunyenyo obubbyenyo tezinze bukiza nakulina na muwozo esimu atoto kubanga nafe neto mutizinza bakiza kulera mwana mujja muyigiriza okubbenva tizinze bulenzi mwe mwino fa
omwana ng'omwogerako omwana ate tebalina musemberera
bujja muyigiriza okubbenva. How can you kill your own people when you have wealth? Yali talina kantu yajjanga awunya olubumu deputy aladisa ayina ebizimbe mu Kampala and you are not satisfied. Muliko dogo nabaloga ate mujja kubonaabona nnyo bulenzi mmwe okujjako nga muleese ssente. I want compensation only no alternative. Sake kazi ya serikali
kakati omukukunavu wakati ng'embeera eyo
bujja kuleeta ssente. Whoever wants to help these people must give me 20 billion.
Okay.
Ejjoko lyonna ndi bumaliremu ddala. Gweruku teachit open indicators.
Open.
Do you hear Fika Salama?
Fika Salama
it was artificially made.
Hey.
Do you see people dying in Metazi, sugar canes? The center was Rugazi.
Kaolo.
Do you see women who were dying during delivery had reached 18 per day? Who is dying? Do you see accidents?
Byonna byali mu okugamba byali byakutunda bintu by'abantu.
Mbakoledde omulimu gavumenti eriddawo erinze. Nobody could confront that arrogant group. Tugule amawulire tukole ki? Tukole kamera zogita television. Miso yange ebyuma byange ebyuma kambalagire ekyo biri mu kanisa yange. Genda yosanga empologoma ekulire kugaliremu ejjoko ly'obulenzi buno ndi buyisire ddala mu mpatanya z'ennyuma mu nyamfa mwennyini mwekizozi mwennyini musajja bubwanja oganyi kuli byanankuba emyezi 6 nakalema alagedde bayise nnyina bamukebera omutwe myezi 6 kulu byanamugamba emiliyoni 10 ne kabusenga bajja kutunda faamu ye bali bikula ne gulevu yange
kakati Tamale oyinayo bobanja miliyoni 10 nobeerayo ne bobanja biliyoni za 20 kale tugende mu maaso
walabye ekyankwanze ngendayo
ekyankwanzi bayise ba presidential advice
ate kankubuulire
tokyali presidential advice
bwe tuba tukola ebintu byaffe biri kati obwo nabusibe ekibowabuwa tebujja kufuluma tebujja kudduka entwe bajja zibetentera wano
wabusibe ekibowabuwa nga
tebusasudde ekibowabuwa omukazi ajjira mu nnyumba ng'asomba bino bwaddeyo paka lwajjiramu bujja kukwatira ono biba betententwe tebuliddamu kujjawuga abantu. You have all the things you are privileged. Mubbi amata, mubbi enyama, mubbi amaliba, mubbi buli kimu, na mubbi mu government. Don't you see that even the government is stable? Bukyakuba abantu mawulire obo obusajja kati buli kubadde ku bukingo mu government butyamu kuba buli bujja omutwe wamubukubiddwa temulifugako eyo group tegenda producinga mukulembeze kwa president maybe through practice naye jeyo omutuba mukube bagwasa obutambi bugende bukobwa video butambule ensi yonna must go and sanctioned. Once you see a domestic tribunal handing you over to an international tribunal, you are finished.
Kakati Tamale.
Yes.
Weekend badde nene.
Kayunga
tubadde Kayunga
Tamale. Kayunga.
Ebyavuddeyo bitiisa.
Is NRM which is losing?
NRM.
It is NRM that is losing and Bobby Wine is celebrating. That is deceptive victory.
Deceptive victory.
Olepizo mukazi n'omufiisa omwana n'omufiisa olubuto nti nfunye omusika. At evidence yeyongera. It wouldn't be in the interest of NRM to do these things.
NRM teyandi because
in fact for me nabagamba mu katabo kange kano nti scientific elections a snake in the cooking pot. 1980 cops to dance nabagamba nti akaluka 221 kafananya dana ka kinana and if you don't take care or kakati remove Museveni is America is Biden semogereye onogundi Bobby Wine
semogereye Bobby Wine
kitege kikolere mu arrangement yeyo nti Bobby Wine ye semogerere Museveni ye Biden kakati the situation yetulimu if these people don't take care nabagamba nti akaluka nukafananiga ddala akakinana nakugamba In 1980 elections were preceded by a wave of insecurity that was intended to intimidate the opposition. Many opposition candidates were arrested. Prominent among them was Sam Kalega Njuba before he fled to the bush. Njuba was picked from a rally at the Constitutional Square and arrested for days. Upon his release, he joined the UPM and later fled to the bush together with his wife, Margaret Njuba. The killer squad introduced a bus which was later came to be known as Mpawa Tarikaba, meaning anyone will grieve. Medical doctors at Mulago Hospital targeted Obote's cousin, who at that time had joined the Democratic Party, Akena Nation, was police yamugano kwogera ngata yogera tuubira bubizi mu kinana. Many opposition supporters were coerced to join the UPC to save their lives. It was this political situation which forced the DP to ignore calls of extending the 1980 general election. Mwali mwebufuyo bungi, mwali mwefujjo, mwali mwe intimidation, mwali muki. Nenkugamba nti DP agana bagigamba nti gundi wakaluke yongereyo nga bo baga nti nedda abantu baffe batufaako abantu bajja kukola ki. Extending the elections meant extending the suffering of the people, leading and supporters alike. The killings and the detentions were intended to demonstrate the power and the influence of UPC. Although the UPC blamed this on former Minister soldiers, blaming ADF, the truth was that the perpetrators were elements in the army. For example, the bus operated every day around the same time between ngabo mugamba bina abagoba abantu mutaka police ebakwata abalamuzi babavunana. Yes. Waberawo group ejja mu government nekolyamu ebintu byayo kati mu muri ogamba ADF Buganda Land Board bo bano basekana busesi bweyongera kukola. When you are in a family, sente zone zibula, don't pinpoint on one person. Yazibye yabaseka.
Ochikola otya
andi kugambye nti sente z'abaana ng'olina abaana ababbi
waka
leka kugaa nti gundi yeyanzibye eyabbye addamu nabba yefulu Ibrahim Buganda Land Board bajja kuddamu bagoba abantu mu ttaka kuba Buganda Land Board kanunule district is activities ku ttaka lya Kabaka baba li ku ttaka ly'abantu ba Land Roads bote babagoba ekitegeeza nti yiso cannot be restricted to Buganda Land Board.
Yes, Buganda Land Board
eyinza okuba ng'eri excessive. But once you use Buganda Land Board, bali abakola baseka. Is it not sometimes kuja Kongo ina conclusive evidence kugamba nti okulonda bwe kutyo bwali nakugamba nti
kwekinana nga kujjuddemu intimidation okutiisatiisa abantu.
Nakugamba nti the vice chairman of the military commission Yoweri Museveni was arrested at Kawempe akati mumuteeka mu nyumba. It was alleged that the car in which Museveni and his wife were traveling were followed by another car owned by a senior UNLF officer who ordered for the arrest. At that time, Museveni was threatening to go to the bush if elections were rigged. It is not clear how news of his detention reached the Foronasa colleagues who rescued him. Lieutenant Colonel Muhindo, a known ally of Yoweri Museveni, was killed in Makerere University. It seems that, although Robert Downey played Museveni's bush was threats, David Yoicho Joka and Paulo Mwanga took Museveni seriously. Museveni states in his book that he was not interested in the elections, but was pushing to it by other people like Bidandi Sali. Museveni states that he wanted the UPC to mismanage the elections and seize the opportunity to fight the water government.
Nti Museveni akaluluti akagenda munga akagala yayagala balabisi
kyembaga nti nupu tayagala
kubalabisa tubalabisi.
Yes.
Kayunga babalabisi
nupu tayagala kuwangula. No, nabaga Bobi Wine was a creation of the mafia gang. Ekibiina ekibakijjawa. Before this man Chibalama handed this party to Bobi Wine, he talked to me. When they developed problems fighting over the leadership of Bobby Wine, they came to me. Nembagamba Bobby Wine temusobola mujjako. Mwekibina mwakimwa myaka emeka. Can you say nemateka tekiri nti mwasalendinga pate mujimwazike. Yesterday, 2 days ago, he rang me again. Chibalama. Yes. You were a fair man. I don't miss a day. Na school day. Yes.
So kati betula indicators ezaliwo mu 80. Betula n'ebiriwo kati bifaanagana.
Nti Museveni nkugamba. However, there was no way a non-fighter, but bagamba nti Museveni simulwanyi. Nkugamba Museveni stated that he wanted the UPC to mismanage the elections and seize the opportunity to fight the Obote government. He also says that the surrender at his 7,000 soldiers for retraining at Kabamba as required by the government had been removed from the defense ministry to Ministry of Regional Cooperation, where he had no work. Obote responded that if there was no way Museveni would return to the fighting when he had never fought. Kujereka bantu. However, this drunkard, Goliath, Daudi kyakoze Goliath, bamvumulo, bomulo technology, bomulo. Jobali no sente zabo zonna nezivugwa mu mpale. However, there was no way a non-fighter would be interested with the defense ministry immediately after the war. Obote was very insecure and had no direct control over the government. And the army, because of the two, were under Paulo Mwanga and Oito Ejoko respectively. The statements Obote made at that time showed a man always on the defensive. He lacked the confidence in his abilities. Therefore, when Obote said that if Museveni goes back to the bush, UPC would follow him and leave him there. Obote was avoiding the question of credibility of the elections. His elections and those of his people showed that he wanted to retain power at all means. He refused to meet the Commonwealth Observers group. Also, he intended that they were not important. Obote of all the people, the presidential candidates in 1980, it was only Obote who refused to meet the Commonwealth Observers. Say they don't know why they are here. Maybe they are on a jubilation.
Obote.
Tiyabalaba.
Yagano basinkana. Yabayisamu amaaso.
N'abawewula. Ate yafunamu kubanga bakola recommendation. 1980 elections have been fair according to African standards. But compare Africa at that time. Fetwaina multi party nga balaba nabayina single party tebalonda president. So which mean abazungu bafuna escape route. Dangerous signals before the 1980 elections. Nazirabirawo kana katabona kawandika katika bagamba wandikira wano.
Bagamba nti obisomera wano. Kana akalulu. Friday July nga 12 ati yo home ni Kabalagala. Nabagandi kana akalulu enteke kaje mukateseemu. Nembalagira ne bugundi buno nga buzina amazina buli mu kabuli. Obuwanga nga buzina. Ibusigereton. Nolaga ate n'omusota nga guli mu nsuwa. Nabagandi snake in the pot. Omusota oguli mu nsuwa ate kyo kitegeeza. Abaganda bakugamba nti omusota oguli mu nsuwa. Bwogukuba tolya. Semusota guli mu ntamu. Ne bukusigala mu era tolya. You must be a patient man. Wait it to aneko itself and goes away. Ogulinda ne kuvaayo ne kugenda ebyako. Nabagamba. Dangerous signals before the 1980 elections. The Electoral Commission of 1980 was appointed by Paulo Mwanga without even consulting stakeholders. Uganda was divided into 124 constituencies. However, the constituencies were not based on population living in those areas as the norm now. UPC took advantage of gerrymandering and created various constituencies in areas they were sure they had support, such as Apache North, Apache East, Apache Northeast, Apache West. The whole of Busoga region had 11 MPs. Mpigi district in Uganda, which included Mpigi, Butambala and Wakiso, had only 4 MPs. Kampala City had only 4 MPs. Interestingly, as elections approached, cabinet naffe twakikoze nankabiro nalyoka ateme Uganda ng'alinga atema ennyama. Gerrymandering. What happened in 1980, we've done it in areas that have
enali mu support abamu bayina amagombolola abiri abamu limu abamu emiruko ena kuweza abantu 14
omunga MP nga naye akiikirira ebyalo 15
yes member gamba the current electoral commission is facing a credibility problem like the other one in 1980 mainly from the conduct of its chairman Justice Simon Byabakama. First and foremost, he is new in the job. The law requires that the commission should retire after organizing 2 elections. I think this was intended to inject new blood in the commission, but it is a wastage of experience. It would have been better for commissioners to retire after reaching the retirement age for civil service. This would ensure experience and continuity because each election comes with its challenges and therefore require experience hands. Singa baba balonda abereketo commission bamanya nti bajja kulitayiringa nga bawezeze emyaka bwegiti ne batabalonda bonna nga balina age difference kakati eri tiimu yonna eyalwako eri experience yagenda yonna ne baleeta ono omukulu w'essomero akakiko k'ebyokulonda kalinga amagye toyinza kateekamu regional balancing wano baleeta omukazi profesa mwaka ne bamuleeta mbu akubirize NRC gundi eno CA wakapopulo yadduka misinde ng'omukazi agitwala mu referendum mukazi wajja okulaffe kubanga mbusimanyi yakoleranga abayekera surveys habukandi esurveyor cheya
yali atwala mu referendum
wakapopulo yadduka emisinde okujja okumujja mu ntebe yes
wakapopulo n'akyeyalinga mulimu ebifo like the military has performed well. Why? Military tina gender balancing tina simanyi you must capable you were go to the front line na bero jeno omukambwe natali na statement na julira ke
nkugamba nti eyo. In addition to being a novice in election management, Justice Byabakama has a bad record. He was involved in a futile attempt to malign Dr. Kizza Besigye in a rape case which flopped. No lawyer or DPP could charge Besigye or any person with the rape based on evidence collected 2 years earlier. Rape and defilement cases depend on fresh evidence. The important ingredients in such cases of rape and defilement are forceful penetration, bruises in case there was a struggle or semen stuck inside the victim. This cannot be established after 2 years, and that's why rape victims are advised not to beg. The case therefore was a holding charge intending to embarrass Dr. Besigye and deny him ample time to campaign. Oyo yali DPP yavunana Besigye yali takisobola naye olaba nti Besigye tebamunyega bamanya nti alina weak support we bamukubira genda osoma United Nations abalasa bafuna nnyo mu gundi musajja bamwita Kadri Weldhem yali nazi nga bamumanya abalasa bamukiriza n'afuuka secretary general wa UN nga bukaseera bamulaga the strongest weapon a mafia has against you is blackmail. Singaze na ina byenkoze singa tebabijjayo. They went to my village, examined my academic papers, everything. They have tried. Nabaga sisobola kukola mu government lwaki. Being a government official, nakalema will trap me. Bajja kufuna omuntu wabwe alete sente bagaye nti bansibye. Kubanga bw'obeera omukozi wa government, corruption means that we are incapacity to do the job. Corruption kitegeeza towa muserikali weruzira kukujirayo motoka ku CPS okusimulimu gwaba biembwa. But if you are in a position to do the job, nti senior advisor to the president munkwatireko ajumu binyondo motoka nje muyingiza kabuli ajanga nantabalirako. I'm not part of government. Nekitegeera ojoje wange
wakitegeera nti basobola okukozesa ne
ojoje wange nine nyumba 8 ziri self contained buli kimu bwekite buli mupangisa n'ogwo enyumba zo nategeera nti abaana ku bujozi bwabwe bwe bayina basobola okuleeta omupangisa n'akolera mu bbomu ne bankwata. Yes, ntambula n'ennyondo yange to chase away women.
Abakazi obagobya nnyondo
Tebaleeta omukazi mu office yange nga yeeyuzizza ataddeko kyekabuuti bw'ati ne mulaba nga nkankana ndi mu State House mwalimu omuserikale wange bamuyita musoke wa poliisi nagaana okukozesa ow'amagye why nga nakalema ajja mulagira oba nalweyiso ningamba omukazi nangamba ebyaffe byaba biri Mr. Mirundi nemugamba byaba biri biti tugende mu lujja lwokero House obimbuulire nagenda okulaba nga omukazi akankana ningamba omuserikale mugjeeko gundi nga yeeyuzizza ayuzizza gundi ye
akalega
ne bulawuzi bagenti mbadde mukwatiramu abaana abo babi bulenzemwe muli babi ale kyavudde abakwe balayi mukyenyi mujja kutemba ennyonyi buli omu abakaaba buli omu akoze nammwe abakaaba bulenzemwe mujonyeseza abantu bangi nnyo wano
akalulu k'ekinaana kafaanana ne buno obugenda ddala mu maaso kati
secondly the branda this cannot be nkugamba nti obujulizi nenkugamba nti yali nsobye okumuteekawo secondly the branda the commission has committed is to try to negotiate with the political parties ekyo kiti kyabaddemu but teri mu charge it seems this man leaves the government appears to be a fool who is not byabakama abaleka ne bakola ebintu byabwe ye n'abaleka ne babikola yali bidefendinga gye bujja yes do you think that a serious man a judge can nominate a presidential candidate atali mu ngatto yali mugenti gandi dress properly abikolera bano bamuteeka mu kifo nga takyagala yes anti nkugambye nti mulamuzi akimanyi yes Katumba amala yegana sina kubalibirwa mu mbere ono naga nasambulia oli Katumba amala yali amanya isisi ono yali tajimanyi kati ebyo abakama bwe mutunulira bwende abaleka ne mukola ebintu ne ye yajja n'atulawo ne mubala ne mu staffing n'agenda don't think he is a fool he is documenting
yet ina political responsibility
ngobolidde
katkweti